Coming up next, the holiday travel season begins in Center County with thousands traveling in and out the area. We have a live update.
Plus, it's the most dangerous time of the year for a certain threat on the roads, especially here in Pennsylvania.
And a spike in abandoned animals at local shelters. But see who's stepping in to help these pets.
Being able to give her to another family after she was with people all the time was amazing.
The Center County Report starts now. Good afternoon, I'm Hope Green.
And I'm Amanda Vogt. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story, the busy holiday travel season begins today. In Center County, thousands of people are heading to State College for a football weekend, just as thousands of students and others leave town for Thanksgiving. Reporter Kaylee Tallman is live at the bus station in State College with more. Kaylee?
Yeah, Amanda, behind me you're looking at a pretty empty bus station. There are a couple of straggling travelers over there, but that has not been the case all morning this morning. We've seen probably 7 or 8 buses full of students going home for Thanksgiving break come in and out of that bus station, and that busyness has been true all across the country. Now, AAA expects that over 82 million travelers are expected to go at least 50 miles from home this Thanksgiving, marking a new record. They also expect 73 million will travel by car, marking an increase of 1.3 million compared to last year. In terms of flying, things should be a whole lot smoother now that the shutdown is over. And actually, I spoke to an airport employee at the Philadelphia airport last week who said the days leading up to Thanksgiving are much busier than normal.
Well, usually when I come in, it's TSA lines. The wait will be 10 minutes. And around Thanksgiving, you'll probably have to wait 20 minutes plus all day.
Now, in terms of a bus ticket back into State College the Sunday after Thanksgiving, I can tell you those are pretty hard to come by. I was looking online earlier this morning at some of those bus sites, and I was seeing only 1 or 2 seats left for all of the trips coming back on that Sunday, particularly out of major cities like Philadelphia, like Pittsburgh, and also like New York. So if you are coming back home from break on that Sunday, make sure to be prepared for that, as well as the longer TSA wait times that are expected, and the traffic that comes on the highways, especially on the Wednesday and Sunday before and after Thanksgiving as well. Now, in terms of the weather, I can tell you based on my winter coat right now, it is not tropical out here in State College, so I'm hoping things warm up a little bit when I go home from break, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. So let's check in with student meteorologist Daniel Weaver to get that forecast.
Thanks, Kaylee. Shouldn't be too many issues, at least in terms of weather-wise, for the buses there on the ground. Can't say anything about the traffic up in the air, though. No delays really throughout any of the major airports. I know O'Hare and Pittsburgh, Philadelphia are some of the big airports that State College flies out of, but no delays expected. Here's actually what I'm looking for. Having a few rainy travel days next week with some East Coast rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and then some Midwest snow by mid to late next week, and then big cool down for the end of the week. But here's a quick map of what I'm expecting. Some rain across the Midwest with some snow, but in the backside, and then across the Northwest too, but no big impacts here for your Thanksgiving travel here in PA. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Daniel. This time of year with more drivers traveling, along with the weather, there's another threat on the road: wildlife. In fact, this is one of the worst times of the year for deer crashes, and Pennsylvania is one of the worst states. Andrew Matz reports.
It can happen in an instant. You're driving along and all of a sudden, boom, you're pulling deer hair out of the front of your car or worse.
And you can have deer vehicle collisions any time of the year.
But right now, between October and December is the worst, according to Don Wagner, manager of the Penn State Deer Research Center. The reasons include more hunters moving deer and the rut, the annual deer breeding season.
Their heads are usually down following the trail of a doe, or a doe's being chased across roads that they might not typically go across.
Wagner says lack of daylight also plays a big role, with earlier sunsets and later sunrises during commuting hours.
Deer are typically more active at dawn and dusk, and then when we shift those hours and there's more commuters driving during that time.
A State Farm insurance report shows you have a pretty high chance, 1 in 62, of hitting an animal while driving in Pennsylvania. Our state ranks 5th most in the U.S., and one recent report shows Pennsylvania again led the nation in animal collision insurance claims in the last fiscal year. Deer collisions happen mostly in the middle of November, so if you are driving like these people right behind me, make sure that your head's up.
The deer crossing signs are, those are areas where there's traditionally been a lot of deer vehicle collisions.
Statistics show about 14% of reported deer collisions in Center County have happened on a 10-mile stretch of I-99. If you do hit a deer, pull over and check to see if your car is drivable. Call the police if not. In State College, I'm Andrew Matz for the Center County Report.
Patton Township leads Center County in deer crashes with 55 in the past 5 years.
The Trump administration is threatening to withhold nearly $75 million in funding if Pennsylvania does not immediately revoke what the administration claims are illegally issued commercial driver's licenses to immigrants. The move by Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy to target Pennsylvania follows similar action against California. It's unclear how many people would be affected in Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania State Police has released immigration and customs enforcement video from a highway stop in Center County. After a lawsuit by the Center Daily Times, police released this footage from an ICE operation back in August in Benner Township. The video shows troopers arriving at the scene of a stop and returning to the vehicle shortly after. State police say they did not help ICE, but simply checked on the situation. ICE says it arrested 24 people for immigration violations. Immigration rights groups said the men were traveling to their job at the Mount Nittany Medical Center construction site.
Pennsylvania U.S. Senator John Fetterman is back home after he stayed in the hospital last week. He shared a social media post showing injuries after he fell during a walk. He said he needed 20 stitches. Fetterman's office says a heart flare-up caused him to feel lightheaded and fall. He suffered a stroke 3 years ago.
Engineers are still working on a plan to fix structural issues at Penn State's Susan Welch Liberal Arts Building. It's expected to be shut down at least for the rest of the semester and maybe longer after a crack developed last week. Firefighters said part of a floor dropped about 2 inches and a crack opened on a wall. Classes have been moved to other locations, and we asked Penn State for an update. A spokesperson would only refer us to a previous statement.
After a 4-month budget delay in Harrisburg, Penn State is getting its general appropriations funds for the next year. State lawmakers have passed a budget that includes level funding for the university of $242 million. That's the same amount Penn State has received for each of the last 6 fiscal years. It hasn't seen an increase since 2019. The budget does include a funding increase for Penn Tech.
A new study led by Penn State scientists shows a disturbing trend when it comes to skin cancer in Pennsylvania. It showed counties that contained or near cultivated cropland had much higher melanoma rates compared to other regions. Researchers analyzed 5 years of cancer data from 2017 through 2021 and found adults over 50 living in a 15-county stretch of central Pennsylvania were 57% more likely to develop melanoma than elsewhere in the state. They believe pesticides and herbicides are a factor, but the cancer cluster includes both rural and metropolitan counties.
A change is coming to Penn State after today that will affect thousands of employees and students. Today is the final day the university's current Wi-Fi network will be in use. Earlier this year, Penn State announced the PSU network would transition to Edgerome. The new network will take over as the main network for the University Park campus. There's also a supplemental network called PSU Personal, which some devices like gaming consoles and smart TVs may need in on-campus dorms.
The number of abandoned pets is rising in Center County, filling up local animal shelters. Reporter Anna LaCastro explains.
It's a problem that Center County has been dealing with for years, and recently it's getting worse.
It's definitely increased just in the year that I've been doing this, for sure. I mean, even just earlier this week, I had somebody surrender 9 puppies to me.
The number of abandoned or surrendered dogs and cats has increased to the point where shelters like Center County Paws are out of room and surrender wait lists are growing longer. Fortunately, Paws has a reliable network of helpers. College students, who are often accused of contributing to the problem of abandoned animals, actually make up a big portion of those coming to the rescue. Helena Hoffman and her Penn State roommate fostered Nova from Paws their sophomore year.
My roommate wakes me up and she's like, look at this dog. Like, please look at this dog.
Nova had been hit by a car and needed some special love and care.
She just came out of surgery that day. And so they needed someone to like help her through the healing process. So we commented on the post and they were like, "Are you sure? Like, she's a puppy and she just got surgery and you guys have never fostered before." We're like, "Yes, like we want her."
Helena and her roommate had Nova for 4 months before she eventually found her forever home.
Being able to like give her to another family after she was like with people all the time was amazing.
Mariah Elizondo is fostering kittens for the second time. These two are a little shy, but they're starting to warm up to their new space.
You have to show them, like, I'm a person that's going to love you. I'm not going to a person that's going to harm you.
Those fostering from paws don't have to worry about the extra costs that come with caring for an animal.
With the animal, they get food, litter pan, pooper scooper, toys, bed, carrier, everything they would need.
For those interested in fostering a cat or dog, Center County Paws has all the information you need available on its website.
We couldn't bring in the number of animals we do if we didn't have fosters.
In State College, I'm Anna LaCastro for the Center County Report.
With college students heading home for the holidays soon, Center County Paws will be looking for more fosters in the area.
Still to come on the Center County Report, a look at the 7-day forecast, including Thanksgiving.
And Penn State receives a top national ranking for one of its programs. Also coming up, kicking off the holiday season with an annual tradition in downtown State College. We'll take you there next.
Another high rise is set to join the State College skyline. Construction is underway on East College Avenue for a 12-story mixed-use apartment complex called The Mark. The land was previously home to the downtown McDonald's. Some might remember Penn State students held a candlelight vigil for the restaurant when it closed last November. Construction on The Mark is expected to be done by summer of 2028.
The holiday season is officially underway in State College after a popular tradition continued last night. Reporter Emma Goldkopf takes you to Light Up Night.
Put your holiday hats on because State College is in the holiday spirit. Hundreds of people gathered on Allen Street, Calder Way, and MLK Plaza to join in on the celebration.
Seeing everyone coming together, like all the little kids, it's so cute, and they're like seeing Santa. It's just like getting me in the spirit, especially being away from home.
The 6th annual Light Up Night is an event that brings the community together with everything from live performances to balloon animals and, of course, visits with Santa. There's a little something for everyone.
And for those feeling the cold today, free hot chocolate and apple cider are sure to help.
It's Andy Richards' first time performing at Light Up Night with the Nittany Highland Pipe Band. He joined the band 5 years ago along with his son.
It's really nice. It's a great thing to be able to do, and I really enjoy being a part of that with him especially. It's really neat.
To add to the family fun, Santa's helpers made an appearance.
I'm with Tempest Studios down on Kelly Avenue. Every year, for the past few years, we have costumes out, we have people with wings out. We're having a good time, making sure everyone else has a good time.
The night ended with Santa lighting the Christmas tree just outside the Allen Street gates, marking the official start of the season. In State College, I'm Emma Goldkopf for the Center County Report.
And the State College Borough will again offer free downtown parking this holiday season. It begins next Monday with 2 hours free in garages and no validation needed. Now, let's check the weather.
Thanks, Amanda. We might see a little bit of rain late tonight, very early tomorrow morning, but should not see any impacts on the football game. Speaking of which, here's a shot outside of Beaver Stadium. Got a lot of clouds in the sky, and that's actually going to put a cap a bit on the temperature as not too much sunlight is going to reach the surface to heat things up. But that's also going to keep us pretty warm overnight tonight, as not much heat will be able to escape into the atmosphere. So right now, though, we're sitting at a temperature of about 43 degrees right now, with mostly clear skies, cloudy skies rather. See, my clicker's not working. Let's see if I can do this. So here we go. So there's your temperature forecast for the next 12 hours. And as you can see here, though, temperatures will gradually start to decrease as the time period goes on, with temperatures lows in the 40s as we go throughout the night tonight, thanks to that cloud cover. Here's a look, though, at the almanac. You can see 49 is your average high today in State College. We're forecasting 52, so slightly above average, but you can really see that is in those overnight lows with 33 to 39 degrees for your temperature forecast compared to average. Speaking of which, tomorrow night for the football game, we see clear skies, which will cool things down, though, but we'll see it start things off with a temperature of 39. Then by the end of the game, we'll see lows in the around 30 degrees. So don't forget those winter jackets if you are going to the game. Current satellite radar, just mostly cloudy skies throughout the region. No rain at all. Here's the temperatures, though. 43.6 in State College, and across the region, mostly in the mid-40s. In fact, Erie's a little bit warmer than State College, sitting at 47 degrees this morning, and it actually feels quite a bit warmer today compared to yesterday, seeing about 10-degree temperature change in the past 24 hours. Now it's the time out the future tracker with the rain and clouds. We're just going to see mostly cloudy skies, maybe a few rain showers, but the bulk of it's going to stay to the south, though we'll see a few move through late tonight and early tomorrow morning before things clear up again as we get throughout the day, tomorrow, and in time for the game. So for today, we're seeing a temperature about 52 degrees after that fog that we saw early this morning. And then tonight, we're seeing temperature about 39 degrees, so a little bit warmer compared to average thanks to that cloud cover. Tomorrow, we'll see those temperatures drop a little bit to a high of 48 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. And then for your Thanksgiving forecast, we're seeing mostly cloudy skies, though temperatures dropping off by Friday thanks to a cold front, which you can easily see better on that 7-day forecast as temperatures drop off as we get into throughout the week next week. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for a break, ready to head home, see the family, and see my dog as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I was paying real close attention to that game day forecast. You're going to need a lot of layers if you're going to Beaver Stadium tomorrow night.
It's definitely going to be cold for the game tomorrow night for sure.
And for more on the matchup itself, let's send it over to Nolan Caldery with sports.
Coming up in sports, a longtime Penn State coach has accepted a job at the professional level after a disappointing season. And as Penn State football prepares for its final home game, former coach James Franklin gets a new job. We talk with players and coaches after the break. I'm Nolan Caldery with sports. Penn State football plays its final home game of the season against Nebraska tomorrow. Coming off their first win in 2 months, the Nittany Lions hope to end a crazy season on a high note over the next 2 weeks. But there are some distractions. It was an emotional whirlwind of a week for the Penn State football team. The first win of Terry Smith's career as interim head coach was an emotionally charged story of victory despite the odds against Michigan State. But an announcement from Blacksburg, Virginia, 2 days later, took the college football world by storm.
You could not have found a coach that's going to pour his heart and soul into this place more than me and my family. I give you my word on that. Sorry.
Virginia Tech announced James Franklin had been hired as the next head coach of the Hokies. When asked, Terry Smith wished his former boss well.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him. You know, in this industry of coaching, we all go through highs and lows.
Tight end Khalil Dinkins spent 5 years with Coach James Franklin and shared similar feelings as Smith.
Same here, excited for him. He was a great dude. I think he's going to do great things over there.
Even with the news, Smith says it's time to refocus on the task at hand.
We're just staying present right now, all right? This could be an added distraction. We're just trying to get ready for Nebraska. That's all that matters. We have to beat Nebraska at any cost.
For Penn State to earn bowl eligibility, they must win over both Nebraska on Saturday and Rutgers on November 29th. Kickoff for tomorrow's game against Nebraska is at 7 p.m. And you can listen live on Penn State Comm Radio with our broadcast team at Beaver Stadium. And remember, Katron Allen has a chance to break the all-time Penn State rushing record either tomorrow or next week. Now on to the next round of high school football playoffs. State College heads to Mansion Park in Altoona tonight to take on Pittsburgh Central Catholic. The Vikings ended State College's season last year. The winner faces Harrisburg or Central York. Also tonight, Hollidaysburg heads to Mechanicsburg for a dance with Roman Catholic. Last year, Roman ended Hollidaysburg's season. The winner faces Chester or Springfield Delco. And Bishop Guilfoyle and Westinghouse face off in Blairsville. BG was the 1A state champs last year. The winner will play Belmont, Charter, or Lackawanna next. Penn State men's basketball, still undefeated, will hit the road this weekend to play Providence College tomorrow. The Nittany Lions are coming off a gritty win over Harvard on Wednesday at home. There were 11 lead changes and the score was tied 8 separate times. Thanks to an offensive push in the last 5 minutes, Penn State came out on top 84-80.
Wasn't pretty. Today was an ugly win, but I'll take ugly wins any day of the week. Even though we won, we got to learn a lot from this game, right? Without a doubt. We got to learn a lot.
The Nittany Lions will return home to host Boston University on Tuesday night. Pagula Ice Arena will be quiet this weekend with both hockey teams on the road. The men's team remains at number 5 in the USCHO poll after splitting last weekend's series against number 2 Michigan. Tonight they hit the ice at Minnesota. Both teams have a .500 conference record. And Penn State women's hockey remains undefeated. This weekend they're in Rochester to face RIT. Grace Outwater is pacing the team with 12 goals and star Tessa Janicki is not far behind with 9. There's soccer news today. Penn State men's soccer coach Jeff Cook has resigned to take a job with an MLS team. He'd been at Penn State for 8 years. And the women's soccer team's season is now over. They lost a heartbreaker 2-0 last night in the second round of the NCAA tournament. Playing in Charlottesville, Virginia, the Nittany Lions lost to the number 1 seed Cavaliers. Amanda, Hope, tomorrow is our last football game as students at Pennsylvania State University. It's definitely bittersweet. I'm kind of starting to feel the emotions of it right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's shaping up to be not only an interesting offseason for the football team, but soccer as well. 2 head coach vacancies to fill. And coming up next, Penn State World Campus receives a national top ranking. We'll tell you why.
Penn State's World Campus has shared some good news. It has just been ranked as the top choice nationwide for military veterans who want to get their college degree online. The Military Times released its Best for Vets college list, which ranks universities based on schools and programs and services for veterans. They ranked more than 350 schools, including public and private universities, community colleges, and online institutions.
That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us after Thanksgiving for our next local update.
But you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Center County Report X, and you can see our stories on our Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good weekend and a safe holiday.